Hi everybody, welcome to Live Blogger. In the previous video we started with changing our Blogger homepage to this Bootstrap homepage right here. So this is the design that we have right now, and we are in the process of adding this to our Blogger homepage. So this is our progress as of now. We can see that we have added all the elements. So if we scroll down, we can see that we have the header section over here, the services, portfolio, the about section, and also our team section, and the contact us and the footer. In this video we will complete the design by eliminating all the other unnecessary things. So we're going to remove everything that comes by default with Blogger. So this heading, the subheading, the background image, and we also need to remove all these extra images from here. So these are the images that we added to get the link of the image. So we'll remove all of those images, and we'll also remove the footer that comes by default with Blogger. So we'll remove this footer right here as well. So let's get started. Now in the previous video itself I have mentioned that we are using body class to style specific elements of the home page. So if you right click and go to inspect, and in the body tag we can see that we have this class called static homepage. So this class will only be available on the home page. So we can style the home page based on whether we have this class or not. So let's go ahead and get the classes or the IDs of all these elements so that we can remove them. So first of all, let's right click over here and click on inspect, and let's see what is the class or the ID for the background image. So we have BG photo overlay and BG photo container. So we need to remove these two things from here. Let's go back to our Blogger dashboard, and let's go to theme, and we'll click on edit HTML. Now let's go to the CSS. So if we scroll down, we can see that this is all the CSS that we added. Let's go to the start of the Bootstrap CSS. So this is where the Bootstrap CSS starts. Now if we scroll up a little bit, we can see that we have added some CSS for the static homepage. So we are already hiding these 4 elements from the homepage. Let's add some more elements. Alright, so now we need to hide the BG photo container and the BG photo overlay. So let's add them over here. We'll just type body.static homepage, and we'll type BG photo container, and I'll just copy this from here because we need to add it multiple times. So here we will type body static homepage, and here we will type BG photo overlay. Alright, now let's go to the home page, and we'll go to the inspect element, and I'll just delete these 2 elements from here. So I'll just press delete and press delete over here as well, and let's see what else we need to hide. At the bottom we have this footer. So let's right click and inspect, and here we can see it has a footer with a class of footer and section. So let's hide that as well. So here I'll just type body static homepage footer with a class of footer and section. Right, now let's save this once and let's see how it looks. Let's refresh the page, and we can see that the elements are hidden. Let's go to the footer, and the footer is not being displayed. Now let's remove all these images which we added for getting the links of the images. So let's go back to the pages, and let's open the home page. Right, so we will remove everything above the navigation. So here we can see this is where the web page design starts. So I'll just delete everything above this. Right, now let's click on update, and let's refresh the page. Right, now we can see that the design starts from the header section, and here we can see we have some space at the top. So let's right click and inspect, and if you scroll up we can see that we have this header with a class of centered top container. So it is taking up a lot of space at the top, so let's hide that as well. So it is a header with a class of centered top container. Let's go back to the theme code. Let's go to the CSS. So let's add that over here. We'll just type body static homepage header with a class of centered top container. Now if we scroll up, we can see that we have another header that appears over here. So let's right click and inspect, and we have this header which has a class of centered top container, and it also has a class of sticky. So here's the selector. Let's copy this and paste it over here. we'll type body.static homepage and paste it over here. Let's also add the display none over here so that we can see it right now. Now we need to remove some more elements, but before that let's go ahead and remove some of the padding and margin of some elements. So let me just right click over here and inspect, and let's see the elements where we need to remove the padding and the margin. So the first one right here is post outer container. So this is the selector for the post outer container, and here we can see we have a padding of 30 and 40. Let's add a padding of 0 over here. So let's copy this and let's add that over here. So here we'll create another selector. We'll type body.static homepage and paste it over here, and we'll remove the padding and the margin that it has. So just type margin 0 and padding 0. And then we have this blog post over here, and it also has a little bit of padding. So here we can see on the left we can see some padding. So let's remove the padding from that as well. So it's a division with the class of blog posts. Let's target that. I'll just copy this and let's type comma and body static homepage, and it's called blog posts. So let's go back and let's add that over here as well so that we can see it clearly. So it is right here. Let's type padding 0 and let's scroll up, and here we have the widget blog. We don't have any padding or margin for that, and let's move up, and there's no margin or padding over here as well. Let's move up, and this is centered bottom, and we have padding on the right and the left. So let's remove that. We just have padding 0, and let's add that to our code. So we have this main with the class of centered bottom. Let's type body static homepage and centered bottom, and let's scroll up, and here we don't have any padding. And then here for this centered we have a padding at the top, and we also have a set width. So here we can see the maximum width is 922 pixels. So we also need to change the max width to 100%. So let's remove the padding and margin from centered as well. So I'll just type body static homepage centered, and let's check out whether we have some more elements left. Right click and inspect, and here for post body we have some margin at the top. So let's add that over here as well. Body static homepage post body, and we'll add that over here as well. I'll just type margin of 0. Now we need to set the width of the centered to 100%, and we'll change the max width to 100%. And we have some more restrictions over here, so let's see what is that. And here you can see for blog posts we have a fixed max width. So let's set the max width to 100%, and now we can see that it has taken up the 100% width of the screen. So let's add these as well to the code. So we have to add max width of 100% to blog posts and centered. So let's do that. Here we'll just type body static homepage centered, and we'll type body static homepage blog posts, and we'll type max width of 100%, and let's save it, and let's refresh the page. And now we can see that our Blogger homepage looks just like we wanted it to look, and everything is working alright. Now we have to remove some of the elements from here as well. And here we can see when we scroll up we have some space over here at the top. So let's right click and inspect, and here we have this division with the class of centered top placeholder and cloned. So we have to hide this as well. So let's go back to our code and go to the CSS. So here let's type body static homepage centered top container, and we also have a class of cloned. And let's see what else we need to hide. So if you scroll down we can see that there is some space over here. So let's right click and inspect. So we have this section with a class of comments. Let's type display of none, and now we can see that it is hidden. And we also have some more space over here. So here we have this division with the class of post bottom. So let's add display of none over here as well, and now we can see that everything looks alright. So let's add display of none to post bottom and section with the class of comments. So let's go back over here and let's type body static homepage and section with the class of comments and body static homepage post bottom, and this should be centered top placeholder dot cloned. So let's change this to placeholder. Right, so now let's save it. Now let's refresh our page and we can see that everything looks alright. If you scroll up, we don't have any space at the top, and if you scroll down, we can see that everything looks alright. There's no problems. Now you can go ahead and create different pages and link these pages to them. But let's go ahead and link the blog menu to the list of our blog posts, which is the URL of our website /index.html. So let me just copy this. So let's go back to the dashboard and let's go to pages and let's click on home. And here we can see the navigation menu. So for the blog, we just paste the link /index.html and let's update it. Let's refresh the page. And now let's click on blog and we are taken to the list of blog posts, but here we can see we have this sidebar displayed over here. So let's right click and inspect, and I just found out that the class container is causing the problem. So if we remove container class from here, there will be no problems. We can click on this and we can see that the sidebar is being displayed over here. So let's remove container from the code for the aside. So let's go back to the theme code and we'll just search for aside. So I'll just press Ctrl F and type aside and let's press enter, and here we can see the markup for the aside. So let's remove container from here and let's save it. And now let's refresh the page and we don't have any problems of the container. And let's go to the home page and we can see that we have the Bootstrap home page, and we can go to the blog page by clicking on this blog menu. Right, that's basically how you add a Bootstrap homepage to your Blogger website. Now there are different services that provide you the option of creating contact forms. So you can create a contact form from there and style it according to your design and then add it over here. Or you can even use the contact widget from Blogger and add it over here. And in that, I don't think you have the option of adding your phone number. So there are limited options in the Blogger widget. But if you want to have more features for your contact form, then you can use a third-party service. I have a couple of videos on designing a contact form for your Blogger website, so if you want, you can watch them. I will leave the link in the description of this video, and I'll also leave the link of the source code of this design in the description of this video. So that's basically it for this video. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the comments below, and if you like this video, please click on the like button and subscribe to this channel to get the latest video updates. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a nice day.